Hey guys, welcome back to another video. What if Shane killed Rick in The Walking Dead? So let's get into it. We start off by seeing Aaron, who's in the forest, looking for any signs of the Whisperer's base, as he wants to find it and eventually tell the group about it so they can clear them out, as they didn't seem that tough, as just a few of them took down a small little horde of them. But they still are a bit of danger to the group. And then walkers would start entering a bridge that Aaron's going through. And they're not walkers, they're whisperers. And Aaron starts shooting at them, and he kills all of them, no problem. And before Aaron kills the last whisperer, he sees it's a girl, and she's begging to be spared. And Aaron doesn't know that this is the leader of the Whisperer's daughter. But then that girl tries stabbing Aaron with a knife. But Aaron ends up shooting her in the head. But then he realizes what he's done. He's just killed a kid, basically. And Aaron sees that her blood is on him. And Aaron would try doing CPR on her or just any way to heal her in any way, but Aaron doesn't get it, that there is no rewind button anymore, and that he's just taken a life of a young kid. Well, a teenager, but you get the point. And then Aaron thinks of himself as a monster. And Aaron walks back to the hilltop as he's covered in blood. And Daryl questions him if anything happened out there when he comes back. And he says, "You alright, man?" when he just ignores him. Aaron looks at him and he tells him, "Well, if I'm being honest with you, I killed a kid. She was like 16 probably, and she was a part of them Whispers, but for some reason, I still feel sympathy for her, and I feel like a monster. I don't know." And Aaron says, "Well, I'm guessing these Whisperer guys could be a threat after all." And Daryl says, "If she was one of them, you don't gotta worry. One less of them is better, but still, even if she was a little girl, you had to defend yourself. You couldn't just let her kill you. We need you, man. And you know it. You're one of the most loyal people in this group, and we need loyalty. And we need your strength. And especially, we just need you around. Wouldn't be the same without you. So you don't gotta feel bad for what you did out there." And Daryl tells Aaron that he doesn't really want to judge him for that, because it doesn't really matter if he was defending himself. And Daryl says, "I still get why you're upset and all, though." And Daryl says, "Just don't worry about it, man. It'll pass. You won't feel the same regret you did, but this is a war now, and we have to kill all of them if we want to win, you know." Aaron says, yeah, I guess you're sorta right in a way. And yeah, I'm just gonna go get some rest. I'm kind of stressed out about this now. And then we see Shane, who is sitting on some stairs in the kingdom as he's waiting until the group want to head back to Alexandria. Carl tells Shane that they have a new threat, and Aaron just encountered the same people who killed Abraham. But then a man barges in the hilltop, and he throws Carl away. And before the group have a moment to react, the Whisperers start popping out of nowhere, and they start killing group members and hilltop residents like they're flies. And they're flying to their death like flies also. And the Whisperers have no mercy for them at all. And then the leader of the Whisperers comes in, and she says, "My name is Alpha, and you killed my goddamn daughter! Get him!" Alpha's right-hand man, Beta, immediately goes in for the kills. Beta is unstoppable. He's killing anyone in sight, and Beta is like a one-man army. And then Beta looks at someone to go after that seems tough. Shane. And even though Shane's not in his prime right now, and he's probably the worst we've seen him in this whole series, because he's become a drunk, Shane is ready to fight. Shane gets Beta in a chokehold. Beta headbutts Shane, making him let go of the chokehold, and then he gives a punch to Shane straight in the face. And then Beta looks at him and he says, "You think you're man enough to fight me? Well, if you think that, come and prove it then, big guy." And Beta looks at his knife, and then Beta gets his knives out, and he's about to stab Shane. But then someone comes in for the save. Negan would come in for the save by shooting Beta's leg. But Beta immediately gets up and he headbutts Negan. Then he throws him to the ground. But before he can kill Negan, Daryl shoots Beta in the arm with his crossbow. But then Alpha would stab a woman in the hilltop, and then she'd rip off her head. And she says, "Just wait, and it will happen to more of you, and then slowly, all of you." And Alpha says, "Wouldn't this look nice on a pike?" But Frances, being kind of stupid, she lets walkers in the hilltop by accident, and she'd immediately be eaten by them. And then Alpha aims her shotgun at Alden. And Alden, who's far away from her, and he tells her, "Shoot, come on." But before Alpha presses the trigger, Alden throws a spear at her, and it lands in Alpha's leg. Carl yells at Alden and he says, "Kill her! Now! We got the chance!" Shane would yell, "No worries," and he says, "I got the shot." But then, before he shoots Alpha, he sees Gavin, who's standing completely still, and blood suddenly starts dripping from his neck. And Gavin's killed, but by who? The only man standing behind him after Gavin's dead body falls to the ground is Beta. And he looks down at Gavin, then he looks at Shane. And Shane puts his gun down, and he genuinely be terrified of Beta. And Alden yells at him, "Take the shot!" Morgan says, "Shoot already, man!" Shane would put his gun up again at Beta, but Beta is just slowly walking towards him. And Shane starts hearing Rick's voice in his head again, and he says, "Do it already! You're being afraid." That's not what a leader does. Nicholas yells, "Do it already!" And when Shane isn't doing it, the governor would just raise his gun. And then Shane tells Rick in his hallucination to shut up. And he says, "I'm done listening to you. It's time for me to make my own decisions. And what's best for me, not what's best for your family. It's just all about what's best for me now." And before the governor shoots at Beta in the head, Shane shoots the governor in the hand, making his gun drop. Merle yells at him, "What the hell are you doing?" Merle raises his gun at Shane and he says, "Are you insane? We let you back in, man. You betrayed us again." And before Merle can press the trigger, Alpha would shoot Merle's gun, making his gun drop. And Daryl says if they don't leave right now, he's gonna blow them up into pieces one by one. Daryl says, "You wanna see how? You wanna see?" Daryl pulls out his rocket launcher and blows a bunch of Whisperers up. and a big explosion happens, making a fire go off, making it hard for anyone to see. And Hilltop is getting heavily damaged by this. And then Walkers and Whisperers would start burning. And while all this is going on, Shane would shoot up the governor. And the governor is on the ground suffering. And Shane says, "Don't worry, you won't suffer for much longer." Shane blows the governor's head with his shotgun by shooting him in the head with a shotgun, killing him. Merle yells, "No!" before rushing at Shane and stabbing him with his bayonet arm in the stomach. But anyways, guys, that'll be it for today, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye.